Hello, and welcome to Cooking with the Wooden Spoon. Today we are doing a breakfast pocket. If you don't know what that is, it's probably because I just kind of came up with it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use my pizza crust that you can see on my channel, and we are going to make little, almost mini strombolis with uh, eggs in the middle. So, what these are for actually is for Walker when he goes camping. These are perfect camping meals and also freezer meals. If you want to make these in a large batch, which we will be doing today, and pop them in your freezer Saturday morning, pull them out for a fantastic Saturday wonderful breakfast. They reheat easily, toaster oven, microwave, campfire, however you want to do it. And we don't really need a whole lot of ingredients. We are going to be using store-bought eggs, which is rare for me, but our friend will be bringing eggs later this week, and I wanted to get these made for Walker today. So we'll be using eggs and cottage cheese, actually. So this is actually a locally made cottage cheese that we got at Beekert Dairy. It is the best cottage cheese that I've ever had. I never thought to put eggs and cottage cheese together before, but Lisbeth had suggested it, and that's how she does her scrambled eggs. It's fantastic. I don't know why I never thought of it, but it is really very delicious. And I'm also using local sausage that I already had ground earlier so that I can get it to be room temperature. This is a sausage that's local to here from New Glarus, Pennsylvania. I think you say it Hosley. I'm not really sure. Hopefully, somebody local can correct me on that. But I buy this at our butcher, Dreamy 280. The Lisa from Dreamy 280 really is dreamy. I'm sure that's why she is named that. But we just love going there, and we were able to pick up some sausage for this yesterday. She has a large variety of sausage types. Um, Speaking of sausage, one interesting thing, flight of the mind, um, we had gone to the Brewers game this week, and one of my favorite parts of the game is they have sausage races. Um, we are used to seeing pierogies raced from Pittsburgh, but here they do sausage. So I thought it was kind of fitting that we're doing a sausage recipe this week. And if I think of it, maybe I'll put in the brewer sausage race footage in here. Um,
They're off and racing just slightly to the Italian in the early going as the big word past the visitors dugout. It's the Polish to the inside, the hot dog to the outside with the bratwurst and the chorizo. All bunched tightly together as they make their turn. They get ready to make them tag off to the mini sausages. The tag offs are being made and off the minis go down the home stretch. It's the chorizo coming out to the lead. It's the hot dog trying to make up some ground, but at the wire it's going to be the chorizo.
it was really fun. Such a fun game. We love that stadium. And we're not baseball fans. I am not a sports fan in any way, but I really love going to baseball games. Just something about being at the game, and I usually don't care who wins, but boy, Brewers fans really care who wins. And I guess you could say the same for a lot of fans. Pirates, they don't really win as much as the Brewers, so we basically just go for the view. The view at the Pirates Stadium is phenomenal, and honestly, much better than the view at the Brewers Stadium. Um, but still, wonderful game. In honor of the sausage races, we are doing a sausage dish this week. So, the first thing I'm going to do, or that I already did actually, was I have our pizza dough. It has been rising for about an hour and a half now, and it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that covered just to keep it moist. I'm going to break some eggs into this, and we will cook the eggs up on the stove. So we can go ahead and get started. We got these eggs from Costco. That one's cracked. You can tell that I chose the eggs because when you grocery shop with Matt and you ask him, well, first of all, I'll say to him, I need 2 eggs. And he'll be like, oh, well, they only come in dozens. So that's kind of funny. But when you're in the grocery store, he literally opens the containers and goes through every egg to see if it's cracked. And I obviously did not, but that's okay. So we will be doing 2 dozen eggs for this meal. And if I end up not having enough pizza, I'll just eat them as scrambled eggs or pizza dough. I'll eat them as scrambled eggs. So we're going to go ahead and crack these eggs, put them in here, and then we will spice them up. And I'll let you know how we do that after we have them cracked. We have all of our eggs in this bowl. Ended up having 2 that were broken, unfortunately, but that's okay. Adding a little bit of salt and pepper, and my favorite spice from Penzey's to use on eggs is their barbecue spice, actually. Right now I have barbecue 3000, but they have 3001 that I actually really like as well. Don't really know why it's 3000 or 3001, but they are local to the area. So I don't know what Bo's upset about, but he's upset about something. So next I'm going to mix these eggs and the spices up. I have had this mixer for many years. I love these old-fashioned egg beaters. So I'll just give this a little bit of a beat, and then I'm going to add a little wee bit of water to it. It will make the eggs fluffier. Doesn't really matter how fluffy they are because they're going to be in pizza shells. But at least I'll know that they're fluffy when they're in there. Okay. Cool. I'm going to move over to the stove and we are going to cook the eggs and the cheese and the sausage together. I put a little bit of oil on the bottom of our pan and I have it preheated as always. The pan and then the oil. So we'll just cook these up for a little while and then we will add cream cheese and sausage, and then I'm going to let these sit at room temperature. The stuffing, I'm going to let it sit at room temperature for a little while because I don't want the really hot eggs to start cooking the pizza dough. So we're just going to get these scrambled, and then for scrambled eggs, you really do have to keep an eye on them. If you walk away, you get burnt eggs. So I will sit here even though it takes a long time, and I will just scramble these and then we'll come back. Just about done with our eggs. They are looking fluffy and wonderful. So I decided, oopsies, I moved it. I warmed up some zucchini that I had processed from my garden. I decided to throw that in there too. It will add some good health to it. And we're going to add, this sausage is so good. When I cooked this sausage, there wasn't even any grease on the bottom of the pan. So that was pretty exciting. I do have a little bit of grease on my fingers right now, so I'm going to wash those off. Not much grease, but anyway. Oh, this is going to be so good. I think I'm going to turn the heat off. So I'm just going to stir this until it's pretty well combined and add cottage cheese. I'm going to take a couple and I'm going to put my spring onions in them. Just going to get this mixed in and see how much. I'm thinking I'm probably going to add this entire thing for 2 dozen eggs. Yeah, be good. Cool. That should be delicious. Thanks, Lisbeth, for this fantastic idea. She really is such a good cook. The other day when we went to the Brewers game, we arrived at her house and she had food sitting on the table ready for me, which, gosh, it was so wonderful. So what she had made was summer squash, sliced thinly and sauteed and covered with parm, and almond crusted tilapia, which she served with the jalapeno jam that she and Walker and I and Matt all worked on making together. So that was really cool. A neat use for the jam too. I love the mix of sweet and savory. So, okay, this is awesome. So this is what our inside of the breakfast pockets will look like, and we'll just get started. This is pretty fun. I started this video in Wisconsin, and it was the day that my stove had a little explosive issue. I wanted to finish this little video because these egg pockets are really cool. So what I've done is I've taken the dough that is from my original pizza dough recipe. I've divided it into even parts. I don't have my kitchen scale, so I can't weigh them. I am at my son's house right now. But all I'm doing is taking small snippets, and I am rolling them out. I have the egg mixture. I'm taking a little bit of egg mixture for each one. And folding this over, I have found if I fold it over almost the whole way and then kind of pinch here like this and then fold it in, it's pretty secure. After that, I'm putting them on a tray that has olive oil. I would normally, if I were at home, I would use parchment, but I don't have parchment, so I am going to use olive oil. I'm going to cook these at 400 for 10 minutes. First, I'm actually going to do an egg wash on them. In an egg wash, I will just mix an egg together, use a pastry brush, and brush them. Simple. So that's it. So we're going to get these in the oven and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. So we have that mixed. We're just going to brush each of these with the egg wash.
Whoops, my thumb's in there.
Okay. I had one that wasn't quite as pretty because the dough was thin, so we're going to try that one. Ooh, they're really pretty inside. The eggs and the sausage. That's pretty good. Okay, let's try. Wow. That was really good. In these, I added spring onions, and I didn't in the one that I started, which you're probably watching and just watched, but I really like the spring onions in this, and the sausages. Fantastic. And it's cooked just the right amount of time. So it's good. Success.